well, as you can see. I'm togged up to the hilt because it is damn freezing this morning, and we're just about to get underway. This little mooring here turned out to be an excellent little spot. Very quiet, as you can see. We're in the middle of nowhere, and we're good to go, so enjoy. We leave our moorings at Hampton Bank and cruise through the mosses and past the Prees Junction, and continuing on until we arrive at Whitchurch, where we managed to moor in the Whitchurch arm for a few days. We then carried on and moored at the top of Grindley Brook and stopped for water and a pump out, and then continued down Grindley Brook locks through Povey's Lock before mooring up just above Willey Moor Lock. Having had a short stop at Bettisfield here, we've filled up with water and we're on our way again. It's blooming freezing, but hey ho, that's winter cruising for you. That's what you've got to expect, and the wind is picking up a little bit, so it's making it quite keen at the moment. Well, there we go, we are now back at the mosses, and it's such a shame we can't really explore them. We've never been able to explore them because we've either not had time, or in this case, because of the avian flu, the bird flu. And CNRT have recommended that boaters don't stop and walk around the mosses, especially if you've got dogs like we have. So sadly, we can only just admire them from the boat as we pass through today. Never mind, eh? We're now back at Prees Junction, and that's the Pre's Arm down there, looking very quiet at the moment. And but we are staying on the main line today, unfortunately. We wanted to do the Pre's Arm, but we need to get to Whitchurch. I'll explain why a bit later on. And our first swing bridge of the day, Bridge 45. And that's a manual one, so poor old Chris has had to hand crank it with a windlass. So she's getting her work out this morning, and we've got 2 more to do before we can moor up. Hey?
Oh, making.
Yeah. As you can see, quite a few turns to make the bridge come down. It's hard work. That is nearly down. Last few turns.
44.
45. 46.
50. They're normally about 60 actually.
50 turns, there you go. Proper workout, eh? Now, you remember on the way up here, I pointed out this boat which was owned by quite a famous boater in the day. Well, it was Alice Mucklebackett. That was the name I couldn't remember. And now you can see it, but look at the sorry state of that. Such a shame. She was highly polished and well looked after. Such a shame. Yeah, I mentioned earlier about needing to be in Whitchurch. And the reason being is we have decided to replace our log burner with a reflex stove. We're having trouble with the door sills on the fire. The latches are worn. We could replace them, but we're getting older and we don't really want to be lugging bags of coal around. And Chris is getting fed up with the dust in the cabin and everything getting black with coal dust. So we've decided we're going to replace it with the diesel reflex. Now, it's quite ironic actually, because our boat builder, Fernwood, wanted us to have a reflex stove and we declined it. We wanted the log burner, but now we're getting older, we feel we would be better off having a reflex stove. So tomorrow, Friday, the 14th of February, Paul from Lockgate is coming down and he's going to have a look at the boat and see what's what for installing the reflex. So that's why we're legging it along today on a long cruise to get to Whitchurch. And our third lift bridge of the day. This is bridge 34. We've got one more to do before we hit Whitchurch. Well, we've made it to Whitchurch and we've got prime spot in the arm.
Yeah.
Perfect for, as Tony puts it, boat spotting as opposed to train spotting. But there you go. And of course, guess who we've moored next to? Hello, Jen!
It's cold.
It's cold.
Amazing.
And Smudge is happy because his gravy bone boat is here. In 1796, the Ellesmere Canal Company drew up plans for a canal arm leading into the town of Whitchurch to be built off the Ellesmere Canal, which we now know as the Llangollen Canal. But by 1805, a decision had already been made to abandon the plan. But a group of Whitchurch businessmen approached the company, offering not only to build the branch, but also include a short extension to Castle Well, bringing the terminus closer to the town centre and improving trade. Initially, the Ellesmere Canal Company refused permission to build the arm, but were happy to continue to build with the proviso their costs were met by borrowing money from them. The arm eventually opened on the 6th of July 1808, and the extra quarter mile terminating in a narrow triangular basin opening 4 years later in 1811. By 1939, all traffic on the Llangollen arm had all but ceased, resulting in both the Llangollen and the Whitchurch arm formally closing to navigation in 1944, and the arm was filled in. Today you can still see evidence of the arm as it continues in towards the town. Bridges and underpasses can still be seen, but much still needs to be done to raise the funds to complete the arm. We've come to see a new star on the vlogs. Look at this, it's young Sebastion.
Gorgeous.
He's beautiful, isn't he?
Yeah.
There he is. He is a big lad, isn't he? For an how old is he now?
Just 8 weeks. Yeah, just over 8 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah. He's
Got shark's teeth.
Oh dear, we woke you up. Have we? Have we woke you up, little man? Hey? Oh, you're a proper little cuddler, aren't you? Well, you've done well there, guys.
Oh, he's brilliant.
You really have. He's super. And thank you so much for letting us come and see
thanks,
you.
Colin.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thanks for his toy.
Yeah, he loves
Thank
that,
you,
doesn't he?
mate.
Oh, the big yawn. The size of those paws. He's going to be a big lad when he grows up.
Yeah.
Where are you going now?
Come on then, mate.
Down there, mate.
You want to get down?
Dush. Well, we've had a few days in the arm here at Whitchurch, but we need to move on. We are low on water now because there's no water point here, and also I have to go and get my glasses, my new glasses, tomorrow in Chester, so we can jump on the bus there, and then we're going to our Amy's because it's the start of her 40 days of 40th birthday. So more on that later. Yeah. Good morning. And Tony and Jan have backed out the arm because they were facing the other way to us. So Tony's now letting us through. Jan has very kindly opened the bridge for us. So that's good news. Saved us a job. Good morning, Captain. And here we go.
Everything's cold. I put my hands on. I'm being a lady of leisure today and just sitting in the front of the boat, letting Jan do all the work. How mean is that? I don't know how many turns. I don't know whether she counted today. There she goes, waving away. She's still smiling. I'm too hot. Freezing. Did you count how many turns? How many turns? You turned quick. It just went.
Oh, it was a 3-point turn and I was round. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
We'll see you down the line.
Well, we don't want to go down the locks today, but all the moorings nearest the locks have obviously been taken. So Steve is doing a splendid job of reversing, but it is a bit too windy for him. He's struggling a bit. Yeah, boats are definitely not made to go in reverse.
There we go. Lucky enough to get the very last spot on the moorings here at the top of Grindley Brook Locks. So this will do us now for the next few days. And tomorrow we're off to go and get my glasses and start Amy's birthday celebrations. Well, after a nice couple of days here at the top of Grindley Brook Locks, time to move on. And we need water, we need a pump out, so I'm moving the boat down. Chris has just been into Malpas to get Smudgy's flea and worming tablets, and we're very grateful to Paul and Anthony on Morningstar, Narrowboat Life Unlocked, because they offered to take Chris as Paul needed to go to the post office. So that saved us a bus trip and a day. So now we're moving down and we're going to pull up on the water point. We're now on the water point and just about to fill up. But Chris always runs the hose off because the water's stale in the hose after a while. So we always do that. And then the next stop is to pump out and get rid of the rubbish. And then we're settled then. Chris has decided, in her infinite wisdom, she's going to take the boat for a walk. No, we're just moving a few hundred yards down the cut to the pump out facility, and it's not worth undoing the ropes and stowing them, so Chris is just walking AmyJo down the cut a bit. Yeah. Well, we're now in Grindley Brook staircase locks, top lock. Chris is now letting me down into the middle chamber. The lady and gentleman walking along there enjoy our vlogs, and they've gone to meet Smudge. Smudge is helping Mummy look with the lock again, aren't you, baby? Yeah. Yeah, first time you've done them on your own.
I know, and then doctors do this. Big bit.
Thank you.
Put mud coloured clothes on. That's my clothes.
Smudge is off to say hello. Good morning, Paul. And thank you so much for this morning. We really appreciate that. And whatever you're cooking smells absolutely divine.
A few things, I think. Oh, curry and bolognese.
Oh,
Very nice too. See you soon.
we're on a nice straight bit here as well.
Here you go. Right, having got the camera sorted out now. So we've just finished doing Grundybrook locks.
Yes,
I think we've got one more left to do, haven't we?
we've got Povey's Lock,
Yeah.
and then hopefully we'll stop before Willey Moore's Lock.
Yeah,
If there's space.
If there's space. And we know Tony and Jan on the boat are moored at
there.
Willey Moor. We want to stop there because
We want to go in the pub.
we want to go in the pub. Yeah, every time we go through there, it's always at the wrong time and it's closed.
It's closed on a Monday and a Tuesday, so
Yeah.
we should be okay.
So our aim is to try and get in and have a meal in Willeymoore.
Yes.
So we'll see how that goes. But at the moment, we're now below the Grundybrook locks and we've got a nice long straight run, which is why we're doing a beast camera. We've got a nice long straight run now down to Povey's Lock. So enjoy. We're now at Povey's Lock and we're just waiting because there is a boat on its way up. So we're gonna, and the lock was in their favour, so we're letting them up and then it'll be our turn. And of course, when wheeling on a lock, the women do like to chat, don't they? Having made the descent of Povey's Lock, just a short distance on is the next lock, which is Willey Moor Lock. But just above the lock, which you can just see past Jan's Smalls on the washing line, is Willey Moor Pub, the Willey Moor Inn, and it's Jan's birthday in the next few days, so we plan to celebrate her birthday in the pub with a meal. So that's it. So that's us for now. We'll see you next time we move. Staying a few days at Willeymoore, one night we saw clear skies, and with less light pollution in the area, we could clearly see many stars in the sky. And these photographs have come out absolutely stunning. You might even recognise some of the constellations you can see in the pictures. And of course, while staying there, it was Jan's birthday, so we all went into the Willey Moor Inn to celebrate. Well, that's it for this one, folks. I hope you enjoyed the vlog. But before we go, we must, as always, say a massive thank you to our Patreons, channel members and Ko-fi members. Thank you very much, guys. And of course, if you enjoyed the vlog, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already done so, and click the bell icon to receive notification of future vlogs. You know the drill. But to you, our lovely viewers, thank you so much for watching our vlogs. Take care of yourselves, look after yourselves, and we will see you next time on Life on Board AmyJo. Bye.